During this next video, we're going to learn about how to use Cascade style sheets to add an image to the background. We're also going to learn how to comment out code so we can see how something looks with a piece of code and without a piece of code easily. But first, let's review how to insert an image so we can compare it to adding a background image. To insert an image, you probably remember it's image IRC equals, and then we store our images in the image directory by convention in a backslash, and then the name of the image. I have an image named viper.gif that I want to add here. Notice how I close off my tag, so I open the tag and close the tag, and when I load the page I have a nice gif of a viper. Now let's say I wanted to add a star background to my entire web page. I can use these rules from hashtags, or I can use these rules from elements. And I'm going to select the entire element of body, in other words the entire page, and I'm going to add a rule for that, and I'm going to add a rule for body. Open paren or open bracket, close bracket. All the code or all the CSS I type between these two brackets will now apply to the entire body. And I'm going to add a background image of stars. Now the format for this is a little different. It's a URL is required for this, and what you have to use is an open paren, you have to use a open quotes, and then you have to type it as a URL, which is different. URLs use forward slashes rather than backward slashes. Don't be confused. I know I get that. I know I did when I was working on this for quite some time. And I added an image called star JPEG, and I use close quotes, close paren, and now this will be the background image. Let's see how that looks. Now the entire background has a tiled star pattern, and it really makes the page kind of come together and look really good. But what I'm wondering about is why there are no stars behind Battlestar Galactica rocks. Well, the reason for that is this tag, this rule, takes precedent where it says background color black. And if I were to comment it out by using two forward slashes, this code is now commented out. It's still there, but the web browser doesn't read it. Now when I refresh the page, it doesn't read that background color is black, and I can have the star field going all the way through the entire image. But I actually like that top looking a little different than everything else. So I'm going to put that back in my code. I'm going to save it, refresh it, and you can see now the star field is not in the top anymore. That's the way you comment out code and add a background image to your entire web page.